Hi guys, welcome back to Nana's Nursery Reborns. I'm Nana, and you're looking at Sweet Miss Pip. She's also Pipsqueak, and we're here for Pika Wednesday and Best Friends Club. So if you saw my last slideshow, I did show some of the babies I had changed, and I wanted to come on for Whatever I Want Monday, but I did not. I had a really rough week this week. This is the 2-year anniversary of my oldest daughter, Amber, her passing. And if you saw my last longer video, you would understand a little bit about that. But I did just want to pop in and preface to say, that's why I haven't been on this week. It's been a hard week. I've had a good day, and then another bad day, and then another good day. And so now I'm like, okay, I'm ready to come on. I'm ready to video, and I'm ready to kind of talk about some stuff. So I also wanted to give you a little hint that I am going to have a secret giveaway. There was something within the last several videos, or before, or there was something. You know what? And I'm not ready to do it yet. But I just wanted to give a few more people a chance that if they wanted to go back and look or whatever, you can. I don't even say that it's a giveaway. I'm just telling you that. But just like anybody else's giveaway, you do have to be a subscriber and that kind of thing. So that's all of the business side. You are looking at Sweet Pip. And she is wearing a romper that happens to be overalls. That is for Best Friends Club. And then she is wearing a romper that has My Little Ponies on it. It's like a medium denim blue, but it's just a stretch jersey. There's a big print of a Pinkie Pie face on the front, and it says, I love, in silver, kind of down to one leg, and on the other leg there's a little rainbow dash, and then it says My Little Pony in silver. Let's see if I can tilt down a little bit. In silver, and it's cursive, and she is holding a little baby My Little Pony. She's still got her cute little ringlet pigtails in with white bows. I was going to take her hair down, and I was like, you know what? It looks so cute. So I left them in, and she has a white undershirt, and the shirt has like little rainbows and sunshines and clouds and stars. I don't even know if you can see them. The romper, actually, or overalls, however you want to call it, covers like most of the shirt. You can kind of see a little bit. There's a sun and a star, and there's some clouds. Anyway, so that's the little shirt underneath. And she still has her cute little white bracelet on with her little angel on it. And I already said she has white pigtails on. This week's Pika Wednesday is hosted by our beautiful sweet friend Bonnie from Pretty Poppets. And the other co-hosts are Tami at Tater Tots Nursery and Tiny Heart Reborns. And that's Kris. Bonnie had it this week. And the theme for Pika Week this week was basically your favorite toy. And she actually included 3 questions. And the one was, do you still have your favorite childhood toy? I have several of my favorite childhood toys. I don't have any of the really early ones. Most of mine started early 80s is what I still have. But I do have my original My Little Ponies, and I'm going to share those to you in just a moment. Here they are. These are Nana's original My Little Ponies, and my first pony, this one back here, this is his Cotton Candy. Actually has a little name on there. That's Cotton Candy, and I was trying to remember the order in which and stuff like that, so I did look up some stuff online because I couldn't remember. I just know that I had her first and I loved her to death. Well, and then I got, her name was Peachy. She came with the My Little Pony parlor, and I know that I don't have all the pieces and everything, but I did love it a lot. I played with it a lot, and I even lost Peachy's little name tag. And she also came with this little kitty cat, and this poor little thing doesn't even have a face anymore. Doesn't have the paint on it. She was so sticky. It was so funny. But I still have her. And anyway, Cotton Candy, and this is Ember. This was my first like miniature My Little Pony. And these are considered Generation 1 ponies. And I loved this set. I got clothes for Cotton Candy. They are slippers and a sleep hat and little pajamas. And I absolutely love that. And then I got this set because I love to roller skate. So she had little headband and these little roller skates. And so I got them all out and I cleaned them all up a little bit and I conditioned their hair and they look so pretty now. And they actually weren't that bad. They were just a little bit musty smelling. So then after I had these three, then I went on to my love of unicorns, which I don't know if I've shared before, but yes, I love unicorns. This is Sun Dancer. And I have all their little brushes still. This is Sun Dancer. This is Moon Dancer. And then this one, she is a Pegasus, a little flying pony. And she's Sky Dancer. So those were all my original My Little Ponies. And I shared with you before about my Cabbage Patch, my little Caligertie. And she's right here, so I won't go into a lot of details on her. But I do have her in a fresh little dress, and I actually ordered some new booties for her because I only had one, so I got these on eBay, and I got them in, and I'm like, oh, those are so dingy. So I soaked them and got them all treated and all that good stuff, and then I brought them in here to the nursery, and then her sweater looked dingy, so then I soaked it and cleaned it too. So, but I just wanted to show you her cute little dress without her little sweater on. So that's little Miss Caligertie, and then here's her bag. I'll show you it. I got it cleaned up. This is the only other Cabbage Patch thing that I have, and it has a Cabbage Patch doll face on it. It has little red braided pigtails, and she has peach ribbon and eyelet lace under her head and little peach ribbon in her little braids. And she was pretty rough. I had to really work on her with the benzo OxyClean stuff and get her. She had a little black mark on her just from sitting in a storage tote. And then I've got some stuff in here that was hers, and then stuff that I've gotten over the years. So these are just some shoes, and this was the coat that my mother made me for my Cabbage Patch doll. I am way too close. That's a little bit better. So it's the coat, and it has little buttons on it, and it has a little rope that you twist the rope over the button, and it's blue fur. And then my mom made her a little bonnet. There, that way. And she also has a little muffler. Well, hand muff. Anyway, I had made her some clothes. Actually, I've got her little Halloween costume that I had made her, but I don't have those anymore. But this was her Raggedy Ann costume that I made her, and gosh, I think I was 12 or 13 when I made her that. So it's just a little dress, and then I made her the apron. And my mom wouldn't teach me how to sew on a sewing machine. So it's a little raggedy. And the stitches are terrible because I had to sew it all by hand. I don't know why my mom wouldn't teach me how to sew on the sewing machine. But she didn't. I had to do it all by hand. So I made all these her little white bloomers, her little apron to go over it. And you still can't see it very good. I didn't realize that was snagged out. I could snip it off a little bit. But she was dressed up like Raggedy Ann once. So that's little Miss Caligertie, and that's my. So yes, Bonnie, yes, I still have my Cabbage Patch and this stuff, and I still have my ponies. But I haven't looked on eBay or anything else. I have never come across another bag like this, ever. I haven't seen another one at all. So I don't know if they were super rare. I have no idea. All I know is mine was in pretty rough shape, and I had to get her cleaned up. And I say it's her. It's a bag. But, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I had to get the bag cleaned up. So that was my Cabbage Patch collection. Over here on the floor is a few more of the toys that I still have. I have this little mermaid girl, and she's on a sponge, and she has a little puppy. But she had a little, a baby and a puppy. And if you're friends with me on Facebook, you might have seen that I shared this, I don't know, maybe last week or week before. I had a picture of all of them when Raiven was little. And so I let her play with some stuff, and she since lost some of them. So, but before I do that, I'm going to do my Whatever I Want Monday. And that's what these guys were dressed up for. I have several of the babies dressed in some of the crocheted and knit outfits. And let's see. Let me lift you up. Oliver's wearing his little snowsuit, his gray puppy snowsuit, and he's holding this new little black and white puppy, and he's actually looking down at the little toys. And this is Priscilla. She's wearing a beautiful set that I got from our dear friend Melanie in the Sparrow's Nest, and I'll tag her. And she was holding the little bunny tag to do Papa Tag from Lynn at My Bella Blessing, and the bunnies. And it's just been a mess. I have been a mess the last 2 weeks. I hope you can understand. I hope you forgive me. And then back behind her in the big bouncer, we have little Miss Shayna is wearing our yellow crocheted sweater and white dress with yellow flowers and the matching bonnet. And I actually found my white booties. I couldn't find them. And then Angelica is wearing the Spanish knit that I won at the Kansas Doll Show. So that's what I was going to talk about for Whatever I Want Monday. I was going to dress the kids in some of my favorite knits and crochets and stuff before the weather got too warm. And then it actually did get really cold again. So then I felt bad for all the other kids in the nursery. So I went around and I gave them sweaters and blankets. I know, I'm crazy. Y'all, we all know we have weird little quirks. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm on my little tripod because I'm on the floor. So my other one's too big. Okay, these guys here are my Herself the Elf. And these are all dated, I think, right at 81 and 82. So this is Herself the Elf. And she was the main character, and I always remembered her name, but I couldn't remember any of the other names, so I actually looked them up. So she is Meadow Morn, and then she is Wood Pink, she is Snowdrop, and she is Windsong. And I was going to show you, it's crazy. I still had their hair pulled back. I had her hair pulled back in the old original like metal clasp hair ties. I was like, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it still held. And the last toy that was mine is over here. Little Miss Holly is holding her, and I haven't been able to find her. I think she was called Rose Petal, but she had the most beautiful rose scent. She smelled like legit like a rose. She's just another little doll, and she's got a little satin dress that's in the shape of rose petals, and she has a little rose on top of her head. Oh, and the little elves all are wearing little elf shoes, and they each have their little wands with little characters on them. And I have, miraculously, I have all their combs still, and she's missing one of these combs because there was two of them. And then I don't have Herself the Elf. She had a headband like this one too, little plastic flower headband. So anyway, sorry I didn't describe them at all. Back to sweet little Miss Rose Petal. Little Holly is holding her, and I just threw a sweater on her. She's got a pink sweater on with her little fancy dress still from our Olin Mills from last week. But she has a little purse that hangs off, and she's got a comb in it, and she has a little green base, but looks like she has a flower. And there's a little gem. Let me see if I can get it over here. There's a little gem on top of that leaf that's on top, and it looks like a little drop of dew, I guess. Okay, and like I said, back to Pika. I know I'm all over the place. I'm so sorry. Pika is holding, like I said, a My Little Pony. And you know what? I couldn't decide on a special toy for her. And I said, well, you know what? She looks like she would really love to play with little ponies. So that's why I gave her little ponies. Well, and here's another generation of My Little Ponies. And these are just the hard ones. Because my girls, when they came up, they started revamping the brand. So this, I know this one was Minty. And that was my youngest daughter's favorite. And I don't remember which this one is. Now, then we came along with Miss Raiven, and she kind of went pony crazy. And these ponies are all, their hair is wild and crazy. Let me see if I can tilt it down a little bit. Because currently they are bathtub toys. So, well, most of them anyway. They're little bathtub toys. And so I didn't fix any of their hair or anything. And I don't remember any of their names at all. Raiven could tell you all of them because she loved them. I know this one's Rainbow Dash because she has rainbow. And I know Applejack because she has little apples on her little cutie mark, because I think that was one of my favorites. And I don't even think, she doesn't even have a Pinkie Pie. That's crazy. Anyway, this one back here, it has an ornament. So I don't know if it was Raven's ornament. I am not sure. And it might have been one of my girls' ornaments. But see how they just changed the different styles of the ponies, and nope, you can't see a thing. The styles of their faces and their bodies and stuff like that. So I guess that's why they started changing them into different generations. Because from my pony to this pony, they're very similar. And from this one to this one, their heads got bigger and their hoofs got fatter. And then they started getting slimmer. It was just, I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not a toy maker. But, and then these ones are really, really slim. But anyway, Raiven loved My Little Ponies, so she has several of them. But like I said, I just went and grabbed them out of the bathtub. We have one of those little hanging nets on the edge of the bathtub. So I pulled them out. I said, I'm not fixing their hair or nothing. So anyway, I think that's it. I've been talking a lot. If you would, like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. And I'm trying very, very hard to have a much better week. So I was doing better yesterday, and then I had a hard time with stuff yesterday. So anyway, we will end this. And yeah, there's Miss Little Chanel. See, I give her a blanket. She's covered up because it's cold. It's cold here in the nursery. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I think I might be adding a few photos on my community page or even on my Instagram, so be on the lookout for that. Love you guys. Have a blessed week. Mwah. Bye, guys.